Yeah, the thing is that in India, the like if I just talk about the major languages, we have like 20, 30 languages in the country. Like if I'm living right now here in my building, 4, 5 people speak different languages.
Right,
So
right, right. Well, see, it's the people of India that are responsible for that, okay? Because
yeah,
they shouldn't have started their civilization so many thousands of years ago, okay?
okay.
They should have all gotten together and agreed to just be hunters and gatherers for the first couple of thousand years. And that way, there wouldn't have been so damn many dialects develop over the thousands of years that the Indian civilization existed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, Paul. That's why we gorillas exist.
Yeah, the two civilizations that fascinate me the most are the Indian civilization and the Chinese civilization, because they both go back so many thousands of years that their real legitimate history just disappears in the mist of time. I mean, archaeologists and paleontologists I mean, they have their entire careers doing nothing but trying to figure out where did the history of India come from? When did it actually originate, and where did the people? It's just an amazing, amazing civilization. The Indian civilization just fascinates the daylights out of me. But once again, let's navigate the conversation back to the Feg voice chat, shall we?
Mm. Hey, Paul, can I ask something?
Go right ahead, sir.
Yeah. So I see the chart, right? So the chart is again trying to go towards Pluto, right? So
I'm sorry.
what's next after Pluto?
Oh, okay. Well, um, I'm one of the more, how do I want to put it? I'm one of the voice chat mods more willing to prognosticate, knowing full well that I might have my legs removed at my ankles if I'm wrong later on in life. But you know, who needs your feet anyway, right? So what I like to tell people is we have an exchange coming out in a very public way in just a matter of weeks, in my opinion. All right. Then, once the public begins to recognize the value of our exchange, they're going to start using it. The number of tokens that are going to be listed on the exchange is going to grow. Transaction fees are really going to start kicking in. Those transaction fees are going to be distributed amongst the individuals that participate in the various reward systems that earn transaction fees, this transaction free distributions. And it is my opinion that once our exchange is what I call, this is my own homegrown phrase, by the way, it accumulates the status of readily adopted. That means that a pretty respectable percentage of the cryptocurrency world is using our exchange to do whatever swapping they want to do. Okay. I'm not talking about when everybody on the planet starts using it. That would be a maximal adoption. I'm just talking about readily adopted. From where we are now, when it's readily adopted, I'm perfectly comfortable in forecasting a full 10x in your investment. 10x, that's 10 times what you currently hold from now until when that readily adopted state hits. So, of course, the obvious question is when, right? So I'm forecasting that readily adopted state will be right around the middle of 2021. Well, we're already in the middle of May, right? So what does that give us? June or July for that to happen? I firmly believe that's the case. So the next obvious question is, well, if it's the middle of July, that's almost a full half year left. What's going to happen by the end of 2021? Now, this is where it gets a little vague, okay? I can't be as confident of what I'm about to say that's going to take place at the end of 2021 as I am the first 10x. But I'm going to forecast another 10x by the end of 2021. So what do you got? Whatever you put in now, you might legitimately be able to expect a full 100 times your current investment by the end of 2021. But remember, I said that might be a little vague. Okay, well, what if I'm a little off on that second 10x? maybe that second 10x doesn't happen until the first quarter of 2022, or even the second quarter of 2022. That's still a full 100x between now and the middle of 2022. Now, isn't that a pretty good return on your investment? We went over that time frame.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true, Paul. I agree with you. I have a very expensive telescope and I'm looking towards the sky. I probably can see till Pluto, right? I actually don't know what's beyond there.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, Feg is such a bloody fucking fascinating project. I
it
don't know
is.
what's going to happen if it goes beyond Pluto. I don't know where I'm going to be in, right? So
Well,
it's very, very uncertain.
the challenge when you get beyond Pluto, then you have the Kuiper belt, and then there's this other belt out there, but there aren't any notable planets to speak of. So you've got these fairly large bodies that you could pick, but there's so damn many of them. Which one are you going to pick? Well, in a realistic way, we all have that same problem. Sure, we could forecast, relatively accurately what's going to happen over the course of 2022. What about 2025? What about 2030? Well, then we have to start taking a look at the overall civilization of Earth, because at the rate at which technology is continuing to increase, what we think of Earth now compared to when we get to 2030 could literally be quite different. Literally, okay? We could be improving our lives dramatically by 2030, or we could keep screwing around with this planet and create a pretty negative effect by 2030. And crypto tends to follow the civilization that created it. So how things turn out in 2030, that's a toss up. Okay. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, 2030, I'll still be here, Paul. That's
Me
for
too.
sure.
Me too.
So, anyways, I'm going to sign off now. It's quite late here in Singapore,
Ah,
and I'll let all of you gorillas eat each other or beat each other, whatever you guys do.
well, thank you very much for participating. I always enjoy talking with you, Morph, and I would like to encourage you to come back again often, okay?
Yeah, sure, sure, Paul. As soon as I'm awake, I'm again logged in. All
Ah,
right.
great.
Good night and good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. See you.
All right.
Bye bye.
You take care now. Okay. Who would next like to step up and become one of the famous speakers of the voice chat community? James, I saw you there. I know you were laughing a minute ago. I know you're there. What's up, bud?
Yeah, how's it going, man?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right. What's kicking today?
Just happy we've came up a little bit.
Yeah, we're starting to the buying pressure. If you're a chart person,
Yeah.
the buying pressure is beginning to increase after the issues that we've had over the last week or so. People are beginning to figure out that, oh, you know what? This Feg project is not going away. How about that? So maybe we ought to reconsider this as an investment, where most of us veterans are just sitting there thinking, duh, really? You thought the project was going away? So yeah, things are looking up.
Yeah, you got to school people a little bit when it's their first, coming into it, because it's definitely a little more volatile compared to other cryptos, but
Oh,
it's in our best interest.
oh yeah, absolutely. So who would like to offer a specific question or concern, or shall we just continue our general conversation? Who would like to speak up, please?
Oh, I have a quick question. In cryptocurrency world, could you short crypto?
There are exchanges that allow you to, how do I want to put it? They provide that kind of service. You can do it with options. Um, I don't know of anybody that actually deals in crypto derivatives, although it may be possible, but not on a public level. But yeah, you can short crypto. But here's the problem: the volatility of crypto is such that if you enter into a shorting process and the crypto goes up, then you're required by your agreement to cover that gap. If it goes down, of course, you make a ton of money, right? But if it goes up from there, you got to cover your gap. Because the price can be so volatile, it can shoot up so high that the system will essentially eat your entire investment. And then when the price suddenly crashes, you no longer have an investment to reap that reward. So I like to think of day traders as there's only two two kinds of day traders. Okay, there are crypto wannabe day traders, and then there are recovering crypto day traders. That's the way I think about it, because volatility is so crazy, especially in the alt space. My goodness, you ever watch the um, chart of Feg itself over a
Oh,
week period? It's
insane.
crazy the way the price will fluctuate, but it'll just crash right through the floor, and within half an hour, it's right back up again. Well, you can't anticipate that. Okay, so personally, I don't recommend anybody trade crypto on margin options or anything else. That's just my opinion.
Another quick question: is naked shorting possible in the crypto world?
The short answer is I don't know, because naked shorting is a different process than shorting. Okay, and naked shorting provides more rewards, but it adds even more risk than traditional shorting. Right? That was a question.
Well, I was just wondering about the shorting and the naked shorting. That was it. I appreciate it, but you said it is possible, right?
I mean, it is possible depending upon the right exchange you're dealing with, or certain private houses that provide that process. But my recommendation is don't even think about it. It's just too damn dangerous. Just
And
stick
no,
with
I'm not thinking about shorting. I was just wondering
yeah.
if other people were thinking about shorting. Like, say if somebody didn't like Fig and they would start naked shorting. Does that even make sense? I mean, like creating
Not to
fake,
me. Not to me.
creating fake Fig tokens. Is that
Yeah,
possible?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I really don't know.
I'm sure anybody can make a fake token, like a fake token on Uniswap. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's totally possible.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as far as anybody can create any token contract contract address they want, and provided the programming code is legitimate, the exchange will. I mean, say the blockchain you created on will accept it. But
The block.
will it tie into the fake project? No. Okay,
Yeah,
because
yeah, no.
because the contract address that's assigned to our original tokens, those contracts have been renounced. Nobody actually technically owns them. We can use them and we can have an effect on them, but we can't own them, and we can't adjust them to suit some other purpose. So anybody can create a false token. That's essentially what it is. It's a false token with the same name, and it's a black hole to invest your money in. You'll never see it again.
The blockchain will accept it.
If the token creators use a talented collection of devs, or you use a particular set of utilities that already have that capability built into it, so that you can enter in certain parameters that allow you to create that token, then the utility that has the artificial intelligence built into it already knows what kind of programming code needs to be applied to communicate and be registered with an existing exchange. Then yeah, you can do it.
All right, Paul. Well, sorry for the odd question. I appreciate it. Thanks,
Hey,
man.
no problem. That's all right. That's kind of what we're here for. It's all big one family. So who else would like to ask a question at some point in time? Oh, you guys are going to give me a chance to take a sip of water. I love it. Thank you.
Oh, didn't you say this one had a pending? Didn't you say something was
So let's
pending
see,
this?
where are we at right now?
Oh,
Hi, Paul. How are you?
We have 195 people. So surely somebody had a question. And look at that.
Ca-
Khan jumped right in there and
so
read
what's
my
going on at
mind.
your home
So here we
facility?
have a question. What would you like to ask today?
Paul, how are you?
I'm doing well, sir. And you?
I have no question. I just want to say a few words about you.
Let's see.
Okay. I'm. Do I
Let's
need to
see.
be sitting down so I can absorb the shock? Are we going to be okay?
No, on YouTube.
You know, I have dropped you
I looked at
inbox
that the other
message
day.
as well, and I will repeat. You are
Customer.
such a
I
great
mean,
person, very
177.
precise, dedicated, and to
Yeah,
the point.
I
Whenever I get
looked at the
bored, I
price.
just come here and I start listening to your voice chat.
I'll be coming from
And you are
Dallas.
doing you are doing great
We're going
contribution.
down.
Oh, thank you very much.
Uh,
That's very nice of you. However,
And
I would like to accept
no,
your thanks
I'm not
on behalf
traveling. I'm
of the
not on the road.
entire
I'm sitting at
voice
home
chat
on my
community
computer. I say I'm
because
full
in
roll.
many
So
respects,
I
I'm kind
know
of
if
like
I
that
come in and
Wizard of
have to go
Oz,
down Sheldon
where I'm
Church
the
Road.
big ball of fire belching out all kinds of interesting comments, whereas the rest of the voice chat team
Is that
are
on?
the guys behind the
Is
curtain pulling the levers. Okay, so
okay,
I am literally like a bit of a
is
just a
that right
talking
off of
head
Sheldon Church
because a
Road?
lot of the stuff that I've learned is
Is
because
that
I
right
get a
off of Sheldon
constant
Church
flow of
Road?
DMs from my compatriots saying, no, that's not quite right, or yeah, you got that right, or what about this, what about that?
Yes,
So
sir.
it's an
Is
old
that right
expression
off of Sheldon
where
Church Road?
you essentially say, if I have accumulated
Is
any
it
amount of
off of
success,
Sheldon
it's
Church
because I
Road?
stand on the shoulder of giants. And those shoulders are all of my voice chat members.
Highway
So on behalf
17,
of the
yes.
entire voice chat team, I I
I'll take
gleefully
that
accept
with me.
your thanks and I appreciate your comments. That's very nice of you.
Hey, Paul.
I
I
Do
don't
you
take
currently
sleeping
living at home?
pills these days, maybe for about 10 days now, right? So I just leave the voice chat open while I'm sleeping. I'm actually trying to sleep now.
Well, thank you.
Is there a
Thank you very
certain time you
much.
look at it?
I think. Well, thank you very much. That's that's really great. Yeah. Yeah, that comes up a lot. People say that I like to tune in the afternoon when Paul's talking
Yeah.
because it's so nice to just blissfully fall asleep listening to his voice. And I'm thinking to
Yeah.
myself, okay,
Please
tell me
mute
about
me if you hear my snoring.
your snoring. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you pre-mute so we don't have to be concerned about that?
All right. All
That's
right.
funny. You guys are so funny. I get such a big kick out of this community. I
Yeah.
really do. Such a nice bunch of people. Just really great. So let's
Yeah.
move the conversation away from me and see if anybody would like to contribute to keeping somebody else awake. What would you like to say,
Yeah.
please?
It's one big happy family.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When we're all getting along, it is. Yeah. We don't always get along with each
All
other,
right.
but that's also the nature of a normal family, isn't it?
All right.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Okay. Nobody has any particular questions or concerns? Everything flowing along just fine?
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
could
That's
ask a
good.
quick question.
Go ahead.
What chart do you use? A specific chart that you like to use, or a specific program that is a real good go to? That, let's say, you and your other moderators, or did they kind of steer you towards a specific program to watch it besides the fake track?
Yeah. I use a very rudimentary chart. It essentially just gives me a line chart. And most people would say, well, that's not even a chart. Come on, you can't put
Yeah.
markers on it. You
I'm
can't do anything, but it's
shutting
called
down a
block
program I
folio,
got running a
B
live
L O
Okay.
stream
C
right
K
now,
F
and then
F
I'll
O
be
L
ready
I
for
O.
you.
True charting